Welcome to episode 11 of Madoka Magica. Last time we saw Homura go through all of her time loops, and now we're up to the second to last episode, which seems insane. I don't know how we've covered so much good stuff so fast, but I'm excited to get into it and see how it finishes up. So, let's go! We got the subtitles and timer on the screen if you want to follow along that way, or you can pull up the episode on the side, but we're getting into it after any logos. We got some gears on screen here as we're in the room with Kyubey and Homura. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, play. Time traveler indeed. Yep, a month over who knows how many exact times. Why indeed? Okay, I'd like to hear it. All right. Because of Homura's actions? That makes sense. Because I said in episode 10, when Madoka was first shown as a magical girl, she seemed really normal. She was normal, she was training, she had to build up her power. She didn't seem like a god. It's because she got stronger every time. And eventually led to that. That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm really glad that they offered an explanation for her potential. And that's an amazing explanation. That's awesome. And that makes sense with what we saw in episode 10, retrospectively. Wow. And once again, Madoka might become a magical girl to save Homura, which would be horribly ironic for her. And now the reason she's got so much potential and Kyubey wants her so much is all because of Homura too. And I mean, not that matters that much, because she would have become one anyway. But at least then she would have just become one and died, and that would have been it. But now, when she becomes a witch, she's strong enough to just destroy the world. So that's bad. But man, that's so cool. Anyway, straight up at the very beginning of episode 11, there's more cool shit that they offer. How does the show just keep introducing more great ideas? It just keeps getting better and better, even when you think it's time to just wrap up and get to some climax. There's still more great shit. So yeah, though, while the OP is playing, let me say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. Madoka comes out every Friday with other videos every single day of the week. Also, check out the description down below for Twitter and Discord if you want to hang out there, and Patreon, where you can support my endeavors on this channel, get these videos very early, vote in polls for which shows you want me to watch, and get exclusive vlogs that will never be on YouTube. So yeah, this episode is called The One Thing I Have Left to Guide Me. Friendship? I don't know. We'll see. Sayaka Miki's funeral. Thank you for putting that so clearly on the door so I knew. Damn. They don't know what it was. But we do. And it's raining because sad. Haven't seen her mom in a long time. That's what she's gonna tell you anyway. Can't really talk about it. But her mom, she can tell. Mother's intuition that there's something deeper bothering her daughter. Yeah, they are. Why do you just have to show up? Why do you gotta do this shit? Why must you do these things? Yeah, of course. He's gonna compare them to livestock or insects. This is true, and they propagate much more than they would otherwise. Yeah. And for him, from an outside perspective, humans are not different. Yeah, he's like, we're just taking like a couple of you out of billions, and then whatever. And we negotiate. Although you don't entirely tell the full truth. Okay, let's do that. Whoa. Alright, we're just getting a big history lesson. They've been around a long time. Alright, so like great world leaders or important women through history. Was it like Cleopatra or something? Joan of Arc? Who knows? Alright. He's like, fuck. It's their fault. Yeah, he's just got a pure outsider, objective perspective on the whole thing. He looks so small up there. I mean, yeah, I guess so. It all led to this life that you can lead now. Not this one of sadness, but should you be leading a comfortable life? All the comfortable lives everybody else leads. Why would he? He has no reason to. It doesn't really matter to him. Like, yeah, I mean, the fact that they suffer just isn't relevant for them. A mental disorder. So is there like an incubator every so often that's born with emotions and they're like defective? Wow. Now we're saying that like because of this they're the whole reason humanity's progressed so far in the first place. This show just keeps adding so many new layers. It's unbelievable for such a short show. So like the only reason you were even able to get here is because of us and because of all this. So is it really that bad? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's been through a lot that you don't know about. It's kind of cool to get a scene with the mom and the teacher. And at this rate, it's looking like we're gonna have to wait for episode 12 for the climax and for her to transform for the first time. Of course, we saw her as a magical girl, but not our Madoka. So they are just friends, I guess. Cool. Nice place. The Walpurgisnacht. Yeah, this whole time is a long time. Yeah, it's a lot of danger. So it just shows up out in the open. They don't know what's happening until it's already done, and they won't know the cause. Yeah. Are you saying you're willing to help? Of course, Homura doesn't want you to. Alright, she's confident in her abilities. Or at least she needs to convince herself that she is. Yeah. I don't really think she believes it either. She's failed so many times. But I mean, she just kind of has to believe it. Or else she'll go insane. Well, she's just gonna tell her everything. I don't know if you can. Madoka might just have to do something herself. Something different is gonna have to happen. Yeah, they have a very different amount of experience with each other. And the more, of course, trauma she undergoes, she feels like she's getting further away from her. It's great that she told her, though. Like, even if she can't understand fully everything you've been through, I think she can understand the feelings. So, We'll see what happens. She can't just stand by and let you die, though, I don't think. Not after everything else that's happened and the big threat that this is going to be. So it's on its way. We've been building up to this for quite a long time. I don't remember when the first time this was mentioned. Episode 4 or 5? Maybe it was 5, because I think Kyoko showed up at the end of 4. And then I think the first time it was mentioned was when she was playing DDR, which might have been in 5. It was around there. So yeah, they just know something is happening. They think it's natural causes. People are in shelters. And Madoka just has to sit here knowing what it really is, and then Homura is going to be out there trying to take care of it all by herself. Here it comes. I guess we're starting this fight right now. This fight that she's tried so many times. Wow. The circus is in town. Doesn't seem so bad. And there it is. The Walpurgisnacht countdown begins. Hi there. Alright, music is ramped up. Let's go. There's no way she can do it by herself, though. But she's fucking packing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright, that's a good start. And of course, her time manipulation. Bam. That's pretty badass. It kind of knocked it off balance, but it seems fine. That's so cool how she can use that to just, like, fire them all at once, basically. Damn, she's got some remote bombs everywhere. Maybe if you turn right side up. No? Okay. It seems fine. What do you... Holy shit. How do you kill this thing? Other than Madoka one-shotting it. She's just gonna drive this truck into it. Did that say shaft on it? Is it getting hurt at all? That's fucking awesome. I just don't know how much damage it's doing. She's destroying a hell of a lot of stuff. But, I mean, you know, if she doesn't, then it'll be a lot worse. Luckily, people have evacuated. But goddamn. That was some extreme firepower. But I think it's gonna be fine. Yep. Shit. Oh shit, it's got little Shadow Marios. What are you gonna do? You think he's... Even if she could. Yeah, like... Why would you believe this guy? You think he's gonna... Come on. Yeah. It's all for you, pretty much. Yeah, she'll just do it again and again and again. So if you want to stop that from happening to her, then you're gonna have to go do something. Yeah. That's why she had to just kind of convince herself that she could win. Even if she didn't really believe it, because if she stops that, then she's done. She's just got to keep hoping. The fact that she's been able to maintain hope, even any kind of false sense of hope throughout this whole thing, is impressive. Yeah, the mom obviously wouldn't just let her go here, but see if she'll understand and allow her to go. She obviously knows something. Whoa! Slap! I mean, yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna let my daughter out there. But let's see if she can convince her. Not my brother, though. Just you two. Whoa. She did say that. Madoka's relationship with her mom is really nice. I feel like most parents would probably not allow their child to go out there into that, which is probably the right decision. But here, very cool of her. I don't think you can. So what kind of magical girl was this witch if she's so strong? It'd be really cool to learn some of the history of some of the witches, especially one like this. Or, of course, maybe she's just, like, killed a lot of people and gotten stronger that way. Yeah, now she knows that. She knows that it just adds more onto Madoka every time and might start make her lose hope finally. But Madoka needs to get here in the nick of time before that happens. Oh shit! She's falling into despair. Madoka, hurry the hell up! Alright, the ED is playing. Madoka is facing it. I mean, they said before that she can one-shot it, so, like, it's not gonna be a very long, crazy fight, I guess. But it'd be awesome to see one. But either way, it'll be awesome to finally see Madoka fucking do it. Next time! Damn it! I knew it! I said earlier that it was gonna happen in episode 12, but still. Fuck! To actually get to the end of the episode and be confronted with that as reality. Shit! Damn it! There's nothing after the credits. There's not even like a little bit more. I have to wait. Son of a bitch. Look at this art. That's such a great artwork. And they all look all nice and happy together. And yeah, I like that image a lot. This is really, and the next episode is called My Very Best Friend. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, fuck, I can't wait. But let's talk about this one first. Alright, episode 11. After episode 10 was so amazing, we just get more great stuff immediately after that. The very first scene of this episode brings up a really cool idea that I like a lot, and this show just keeps being phenomenal. And it still amazes me how fantastic it's been in such a short amount of time, how much it's packed in here, how much I care about all these characters, and how many great ideas they've had. So to get an explanation is great to begin with about why Madoka has so much potential and can be so powerful and can one-shot the Walpurgisnacht and stuff like that. They could have not given one at all and just said, some girls just have more potential. She's just strong. She's the main character, so just because. But they've actually given a real explanation, which it seemed like they were going to, which I was very happy about, because that could work in some ways, but if you can give a good explanation, that's probably better. And the explanation makes total sense with what we saw in episode 10, and is really cool. Because Homura has done all of this, affected the world in such a way, rewinding time over and over and over like 100 times, reliving this month, all for the sake of Madoka, all with Madoka as the central point, that has affected her and given her all this power. Kyubey says that generally the girls who have this kind of potential are people who are like incredible rulers or saviors or these really important figures, but Madoka was just this girl living an ordinary life. But because of what Homura has done and caused all of these world lines, continuing the Steins Gate type references, kind of to converge into this Madoka and make her stronger every time because of what Homura's doing. So again, Madoka becoming a magical girl to save Homura, when that's what Homura is trying to stop her from doing in the first place. Horribly ironic, and her just increasing Madoka's power every time too, unknowingly, making Kyubey want her even more every time. That's just a really great idea. That's an awesome explanation. It ties in with episode 10 because I said when we saw her as a magical girl, she seemed really normal. They were talking about her having to train to fight, but then eventually we see her able to one-shot it and become a witch who's going to destroy the world. So I was like, what's going on with that? I was wondering if there was an inconsistency, but no, of course not. I don't know why I'd think that. It's perfectly explained by this. She got stronger through every loop. And now Homura has that knowledge with her, and Homura, we know that she's gone through so much shit getting through all of this. I love all the scenes that take place in that room, like when she is telling everything to Madoka. I love that she confessed all of that to her. Just the visuals there with like their reflections and with that pendulum with the blade swinging back and forth, I think that's perfect. But yeah, that she told her everything and told her how much she cares about her, and even if Madoka couldn't fully understand all of the details of what she was talking about, learning all of that and just understanding on a deeper level what she's been through, understanding the emotions, is great. And the fact that Homura seems even stronger now, because we know she's been through all this and had so much trauma, but we now know that the only reason she's been able to do it is because she has kept hope alive the entire time. If she were to give in to despair and think it impossible, that's when she would be taken over and, produce a grief seed and become a witch and whatnot. So she has been able through all of this to maintain that kind of hope that eventually she'll be able to save Madoka, even if it's just delusional, even if she's just deluded herself, because that's really what it seemed like when she was telling Madoka that she can do it. Madoka was being very doubtful, of course, and it really didn't seem like Homura believed it herself, so that's just what she has to do. She has to convince herself that she can do it, or else what is there? Like, she's gone through all of this. She can't give up now after all of this time. She can't start thinking, oh no, it's impossible, I can't do it. She just has to keep pushing forward. So she has to convince herself that she can do it, even if it's some kind of false hope. The fact that she's able to keep convincing herself of that through all the shit that she's gone through is incredible. And then that ties in perfectly with everything else, because she learning that this is increasing Madoka's power every time she does it, losing this fight again with that knowledge is what finally makes her start to give in to despair. And then Madoka, of course, comes in and she's going to save the day. And I can't wait. Fuck, the ending of the episode pissed me off. I knew that we weren't going to get it, Madoka's real transformation, until episode 12. I could just tell that was going to happen, but still, seeing it end right there sucks. And I cannot wait to see how it wraps up. And then there's also the movie, so I've had my theories about that I've talked about before, I think last time. But either way, for it to end right there with Madoka doing this that Homura doesn't want her to do, what is she going to do that's going to be able to change things? She has to be able to change things in some way. And I'd love to see some great magical girl stuff from her. I don't know how much we're going to get to see, because apparently she can destroy this thing in a second. So maybe we'll just see her do that, but maybe it'll be a big, glorious explosion. I'd love to see some great magical girl fighting from Madoka after all of this build-up, and now it finally happening in the finale, which is amazing. Thinking back on it, how I had no idea. At the beginning of the show, I assumed Madoka would become a magical girl at the beginning, because why wouldn't I assume that? So for the fact that it's took until the finale is just incredible. I can't wait to see what she does and how they overcome this problem and how it leads into the movie. It's just really good. You get a good scene between the mother, Madoka's mother, and the teacher, which is really surprising. We haven't focused on Madoka's family in a little while, but I always liked her mom, and I really liked the conversation she had with her and their relationship, so to see her come back here is really cool. And you even get a little characterization for the goofy teacher, and apparently she was friends with her mom, and they talk about losing these children, a student or a friend of Madoka, and how Madoka's dealing with it. And the mom can tell that there's something weighing on Madoka's mind and that she knows more than she's letting on, but she doesn't know what she can do about it. And so to have everybody evacuated to the shelter and her trying to leave, I thought that was great. Like, generally, I guess I would probably advise the parent not to let the child go. She is very young. She's 13, 12, 14, somewhere around there. And she wants to go out into this natural disaster, as far as you know. And she's, you know she's a good girl, you know she doesn't lie, you trust her, you're proud of her, you know there's something more weighing on her mind, and you believe her in what she's saying. But generally in a real life situation, I would say, as a parent, the best thing you can do is protect your child and not allow them to go out there like that when you don't have all the details of what's going on. But in the context of this show and just fiction, anime in general, and with the way their relationship has been, it was a cool scene. And her slapping her, convincing her to let her go like that, I really liked that. I really liked that between them. That was nice. Homura's fight was really great. So many weapons, so many explosions, the trucks and everything she's throwing at it to no avail. Doesn't really seem to be doing anything. You need crazy power to be able to destroy this thing. Like I said, I'd love to get more backstory on some of the witches. I don't know if this one is so powerful because of how strong of a magical girl she was, or just because of the number of people she's killed or whatever, but it's a very powerful one. And so seeing her fire all these weapons in combo with her time manipulation powers is really great. That was a lot of fun. She's destroying so much shit, but, they're all evacuated to the shelter and wherever, and she figures if she's got to have a little bit of damage, that's better than the amount of damage it can cause unchecked. Also, Kyubey's scene with Madoka, I love him being in there with the stuffed animals. We've seen that a lot, him being mixed in there. But just here in particular, he looked really small compared to all of them. And that's just really funny. Like, you look at these stuffed animals and he looks smaller and less intimidating than them, but he's this incredibly powerful creature who says all the shit that he says. And this just adds even more. Like, we already know that Kyubey's a little shit who you can easily hate, but he's just coming at it from a totally outsider, like amoral, objective perspective, and just viewing humans in the same way that we would view something like livestock, which is a pretty common comparison in a lot of shows, but usually it's insects, and usually it's in the context of, would you think at all before stepping on an ant? And it's some arrogant, over-the-top villain saying something like that. But here, he's just being completely practical about it, like, you tame these livestock, you keep them holed up, their reproductive rates are way higher than they otherwise would be, they're not prey to natural selection, they're kept safe, and, in return for you eating some of them, and don't you think that's a good symbiotic relationship? What we're doing with you is way better. This is all for the good of the universe, and we're just taking a couple of you, like a very small amount compared to your grand population, and we're negotiating with you. He doesn't fully tell them the entire truth, but maybe he used to. But either way, he sees it as just perfectly fine. And it's understandable why he does. They don't have emotions. They don't understand things from a human perspective. The way he says it, it sounds like there are incubators who are born with emotions, but that's literally a mental disorder. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are, like, killed or something like that. But that would be interesting to see. I know there's gonna be a spin-off. There's some game, like a mobile game, and it's getting its own show. I don't know how heavily that's connected to this at all. It might be just some totally random thing. There's also the movie, but would there ever be a possibility of meeting other incubators? And if so, would there ever be one with emotions? I don't know about all that, but either way. And talking about all the previous people throughout history who have been affected, have been magical girls / witches, and how that has allowed humanity to progress to where it is today because of the important people that have had these powers, it adds even more, and it makes it all even cooler. It makes Kyubey an even more interesting antagonist. He's very understandable, but also just so creepy and shitty. It's a great balance. So yeah, it's like people, because of all this, because of us coming here, is the only reason all of you have gotten to this, where you all can have these comfortable lives, where you can have this nice comfy bed with all these stuffed animals around you, and live in peace the way you were until recently. So man, that just adds so much, and I cannot wait for the finale. I'm really tempted to just watch it right now, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I've got some other shows to watch first. So I can't wait to see how it ends. I really like the design of this witch too, with the circus theme and her being upside down, and it looks really cool. So yeah, just great scenes with Madoka and her mother and Kyubey and Homura. Everything's tying together really nicely. It's just such a great story with great characters, and I can't wait for the finale. So let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below, and we can talk about it some more there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to see more, check out the stuff linked down in the description below as well, like my Patreon and all that. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.